joined the denim, we was like, man, let's make something special out of this. So guys started wearing the denim. We won a championship. I kept my jersey on. I was walking around like I probably smelled, but I don't care. That's like we won. So it was a special moment to wear those denim uniforms because they meant something to us.
How does it feel to see all the excitement now from like a whole new generation toward that?
It's good. Like I said, we left something behind besides just our name. You put that Kentucky jersey on, you become legendary at that moment. And I think what we did was something special, and the denim was part of the ride. Us scoring 86 points at halftime, us beating teams by 40 on the road. Like, things we did were legendary because we believed in the name on the jersey. We said, let's represent Kentucky and let's dominate people. And we dominated teams every day, and that's how we play. We put that uniform on, we wanted to beat you bad. So I think the younger kids see that, wow, these guys really meant something by playing that hard, playing that way. And it's a representation of what our fans and our program is. We don't play just to play. We play to dominate and win.
Did you ever talk with the current group about how they have
to play
with these jerseys?
I just told them that today. I specifically told them, when you put this jersey on, it's not about, you anymore. It's about a unit. We came in here and it was me and Ron Mercer. We're going at each other in practice, and it wasn't personal. It was about business. Like, we come in here, when we get either one go in the game, that other team should fear us. And I don't care who starts or who doesn't start. You had Tony Delk and Jeff Shepard, 2 MVPs, Ron Mercer and Derek Anderson, Walter McCarty, Mark Pope. Like, we had guys that could play on the other team, but we had a passion for beating you bad. And I told them, you have a mindset for that. And you put that Kentucky jersey on, people want to beat us. People walk in the arena, we got snowballs thrown at us off a plane in Arkansas. Like, people don't like us. Well, we don't like you either. Let's go play basketball and see who's better. And we went out and proved that. So I think the younger guys are starting to see it. You can see the momentum as they're playing now. They're playing with a passion. If you play with passion, you can beat anybody. And when you play with the mindset, you can start dominating teams.
Yeah, can you settle once and for all that the 96 team was the best Kentucky team ever?
Well, I think when you say the 96 team was better, it's because what we did and how we did it. Like, if you look at talent-wise, the 2012 was good. 2000 John Wall's teams were great. But I think when you score 86 points at halftime, I want you to put that in perspective. 20 minutes of basketball, 86 points. That's a mindset. So I don't think it was so much of a comparison. It's just the way we played. And again, naming the guys that we had, like Anthony Epps and Jeff and Wayne Turner. Like, those are 2 guys that are unsung heroes, but those 2 guys ran our team well. How many other guys were going to run their team well? And I think that's a significant part of how we are and how we play.
You had any discussions with the 2012 guys, the 2015 guys? Any debates go on at all about who?
No, I think they understand the truth. No, but no pushback.
That year, and you can address the cameras, but you all had to win though, man. I mean, the pressure was on, wasn't it?
The pressure wasn't on us. I think it was on Coach P. It wasn't on us because we played the game the right way. We all played with passion. Like, I averaged like 17 at another school, and I came here and averaged like 9. So it wasn't about that. It was about playing the right way and playing with your teammates. And I think once we understood our passion, because we lost our first game to UMass, we won 27 in a row. It was a mindset that we said we can be better as a unit and as a team, and I think that was a significant. So we didn't have any pressure. I think the coaches maybe did. Maybe, fans were kind of restless, but we didn't have pressure. We played for each other. And again, when you do it as a unit, like, we went to the movies together. How many of you see 15 big guys walking in the movie theater? We went bowling together without Coach telling us to do this stuff. We did this on our own. And I think the camaraderie of these younger guys, if they understand lifting your teammate up instead of competing with him during the game, that makes a difference.
Is it true the only reason you lost twice all year was because nobody wanted to attend a Coach P practice after a loss?
No, hell, we won it with hard practices. We literally won a game, and we had to watch film at 12:01 after midnight. We won the game, so it doesn't matter if you win or not. It was how you play. And I think that was a passion. You have to play hard. You play at Kentucky, man, we don't care about how you feel. We care about winning. We care about dominating.
How to keep the egos in check? That many talented players, and 26 minutes was the most anybody played.
He put your ego on the bench. That was his thing. Like, if you looked at our starting lineup, it switched a lot, right? In the beginning, until guys said, you know what, I'm going to play my role. Like, Ron Mercer accepted coming off the bench. Jeff Shepard accepted coming off the bench. Guys accepted their roles and just kind of roll with that, and then play well in the second unit. And you look at most second units, you don't have 4 NBA players coming off the bench like that. And I think that was significant for us accepting our jobs.
Can you show us the hardware you got on your finger and what it means to you?
Well, and I got a Kentucky tattoo, man, so I'm true blue forever. So it's just something different, man. You go across the country. I literally won an NBA championship, and I go around, people say, man, I remember you at Kentucky. I'm like, I did play in the NBA. You remember that? Like, I don't care. You played great at Kentucky. And I think that was significant in how Kentucky is represented across the country, man. I just proud to be a Big Blue Nation guy.
Coach talks about the group chat. How is it actually?
Oh, it's active. He gets it too. He gets no passes. We'd be like, Pope, what you doing, man? We're going to come in there and rough you up. But it's always ongoing. But we're always positive. We always tell him, motivating. He asks for some opinion sometimes, just, talking. Because we're his brothers. We're not opinionated. We're facts. We're not going to give him a pass if he's not doing well. We're not going to beat him down when he's not doing well. We're going to say, hey, man, we're here for you. Just keep getting better, man. Just do this, and that. And he's always been responsive to that. So our group chat is very active.
How would you grade his first year and a half?
Well, I don't think I grade anybody's first year. It's like me grading me as a freshman or a sophomore as so I was as a junior, senior. I'm averaging 20 points, playing different, mature. I think you're different. I think his progression has been great, and I think that's what you want to see. You want to see progression. You don't want to see – you're not going to be sad. Everybody's not going to win a championship their first year in. You look at your second year, you get better, then you start to see progression. If you see progress, you see a championship coming.
When the team was struggling this year, there was a faction of fans that turned on Mark Pope, turned on your brother. How did you guys feel about that? What was a group chat like then?
We was giving it to him too. Yes, indeed. We're going to be honest with you. We're going to be like, come on, man, get on them guys a little rougher. And he started doing that. The progress is him doing better. And I think, when the fans are upset, they're upset at how you play. Because we lost games and nobody, went on us. And it's just how you're losing. We don't lose by effort. We lose by chance, or somebody plays well, someone beats us on a better shot or something, but you don't lose by effort. And as a Kentucky player and as a Kentucky person who's born here, we play with passion. And you have to show that. And the kids started understanding that, and their passion and effort starting to show more, and that's why we're winning.
Who was it inside your locker room that kind of said, all right, guys, get it together?
Mostly it was me. Yeah, I was an older guy, too, because I transferred in, but I'd seen, both sides of the spectrum of a winning team and a losing team, and I knew what we had was something special. Like I said, I averaged a lot of points in my other school, but I came here and took a back seat. And then the next year, I got to do my thing. And I think that was the thing. It's like, guys, we can't let a loss dictate how we finish this year out. I've seen good teams. This is a great team. I mean, you looked at our practices, you could see how well we were playing. I mean, if you watched our warm-up line, name one person that couldn't dunk. I mean, we were not just some, we were really athletic, good guys, and I think that was significant in saying, how do we manage this? And I just always wanted to be the glue to that guy, just saying, grow together. But I think it also started with our coaching staff and the Coach Patino and the staff said, make sure you do your job. If you do your job, you will win. And I think that was significant in why we won.
Did Cameron dunk?
Heck, nah. No, Cameron could actually dunk. He could dunk. I was shocked.
What was the message to the team today from one of the greatest teams to ever play the game of college basketball?
I think the message, a lot of the guys just saying, you guys are in college, it goes quick. Be a team. These are going to be your brothers for the rest of your life, and come out here, play hard, understand what it means to wear this across your jersey, and regardless if it's denim or not denim. And one of the biggest messages was, we need to win, no matter what.
Mark's going to have the guys ready. A lot of storylines today.
Yeah, that's right. We all went through our little storylines, and none of us said that. And Mark's like, oh, you guys forgot this. We need to win, period. We need to win. I like that.
The NIL portal today, could the 96 team, could that ever happen again, do you think?
I don't know. It'd been, we was talking about that earlier. It would have been tough I just don't see it being able to be like it was back then, just for the simple fact that I don't know that guys would have stayed around that long, and just I don't think that they would have, and that money would have been thrown at this guy or that guy or whatever. It's definitely changed the atmosphere of college basketball. It's a lot different, and I don't know that it'll ever get back to the way it used to be.
This group that's playing now, I mean, they weren't even alive when you guys were wearing the denim uniforms. How cool is it to see a whole new generation excited about it?
Right, which is cool. We're just coming out here paying respects to the UK team and Coach Pope and our national championship that we won in '96. So it's great. I remember back in the day when older guys would come by and see us, and there was quite a few of them. I didn't know who they were, never saw them play, never saw videos of them. But it was cool that they came by, and when they come and you speak, and then we might go try to sneak a video of them, see what they say, and how well they played and this, that, and the other. But it's just a cool day for us as a whole to be here and soaking it all in.
What's the biggest thing that you remember from that '96 season?
So I played the first 5 games, then I redshirted most of the season. So I was there every day, practicing every day, going through the grind of everything. But then I wouldn't get to play during the games, me personally. But the biggest thing is just we would come out and just every day in practice, just going hard. And to know that you could take somebody's position, like if I were eligible, that I could take Mark's position if I outplayed him today. And so that made Mark go just as hard as I was going, if not harder, in practice every day. And if you quit or you got hurt or anything of that nature, somebody's gone into that spot and you might not get that spot back. And nobody wanted to lose their starting position. And but probably the coolest thing about that team is I think the leading minutes per person was Antoine Walker, maybe with like 27 minutes. So nobody got that many minutes. We were all playing well, and so it was spread out throughout the whole team, the scoring and all of the above.
What were your first memories of those uniforms when they were introduced?
So, I mean, back when we first got them, we were like, oh man, these don't really fit in well with basketball, but it is what it is, and here we are, we're wearing them. And the thing is, we just kept winning in these uniforms, and it just kept winning and kept winning. And that's kind of what the reason that it's became so big for UK and 96 team is because we won in the denim uniforms, and we won the national championship, which is really cool.
I'd always heard the original denim uniform was really heavy. Had to get a different one.
They were heavy, and they were like, you know how these are kind of loose. They were real stiff, and they didn't feel good. So you almost had to wear an undershirt with it because it scraped your skin underneath. Yeah.
You didn't play in those. You got it.
We did. They fixed them and readjusted it. Yeah.
You just heard that Mark Pope was hired here a long time ago. What was your thoughts that night?
Yeah, so I was actually on the beach when Mark Pope got hired, and Billy Toombs called me, and he's like, what do you think about this hire? And I was like, well, I know Mark, and I know most of you guys don't. And I said, I'm going to be quite honest with you. I'm not sure if you could have hired a better coach or a better person for the job. So he's like, wow, well, that makes me feel better. I'm like, I'm just being honest. I was like, this guy's built a little differently. He's going to work hard. He's going to do everything that we need as a team to be great. And I said, I'm really excited for the team and excited for UK basketball. So, and I think it's been great. Last couple seasons, Mark's struggled with injuries on the team. And, he's not in here making excuses or saying anything. Figure it out. And that's what these guys are doing. I think we had a little rough patch here about a month ago, and guess what? They're figuring it out. And, you got to fight through adversity, fight through the tough times, and keep grinding. And, the impressive thing is this team they're starting to find their way, which is exciting.
Is there an aspect of his unique mindset that you thought would be a good fit?
You know what? It's not only about his mindset. So I know Mark's a smart person and a smart guy, and very intelligent. And he's coached at BYU, and he's done really well. And he was, scholar athlete at UK. But Mark went hard in practice, to the extent of exhaustion. He was not scared to bang. He was not scared to dive for the ball. He was not scared to be as rough as you can. And whatever it took, he was going to make it happen. And that's truthfully what I loved. You put it all together, that's what I think is great.